What's up everybody, another beautiful day in the Emerald Dream, and this is how you do Mythic Tindral Phase 1. Going over our overall strat and prog tips. Now I chose to split this guide up into phases that I'll post as we progress, one per phase. Mostly to avoid it getting super long and to hopefully help guilds starting Tindral prog early. So setup wise, you want 2 tanks, 4 healers and 14 DPS. Bring 8 melee. It is doable with less but a lot harder. Now this is due to how Fiery Growth works. It will always target 1 range healer and 3 DPS, and due to the new mythic mechanics, this can overlap with a player needing to dragon ride. So by having 8 melee, they can always deal with dragon riding mechanics and you'll never get an overlap. If you do go for less melee than 8, you need a backup system. In case the range that you need to send up with the dragon gets targeted by Fiery Growth, then you have a backup. And on Mythic, the Fiery Growth Dispel increases damage taken by it on the entire raid by a mere 5,000% for 3 seconds. Due to this and everything they overlap with, you have to deal with the dispels in a very specific way. Now it will always target 1 range healer, so no Mistweaver or Paladin, and 3 range DPS. So what we did was drop them off in a row, if you will. We use a liquid weakauras for this that lists and assigns players targeted by growth. So healers are always first and mages, hunters last. This is because number 3 and 4 will most likely need to break their roots, either by themselves or with something like freedom. Range healers should always be in position for the first dispel every time, before they actually go out, so they can be instantly dispelled. Then when they do go out, the 3 range move into their positions. Make sure to assign stuff like freedom or tiger lust on 3rd and 4th dispel targets so you can remove their root fast. They will also need extra care and tender love from healers as well as externals, as they'll tank the debuff for a long time. Now on Mythic, if you break roots without killing them, you spawn a triad, which HP is based on the root's health when or if you do this. These triads will AoE the raid while they're alive, so you only want to break roots with freedom under specific circumstances. Now in phase 1, 2, and 3, Tindral will shift into a owl form, dropping 6 feathers and spawn 4 bombs in the sky. You need 2 groups of 4 melee to deal with this, as the same 4 can't do it twice in a row. When this happens, assigned players needs to pick up a feather, mount their dragon, and fly into the bombs. Doing so empowers them and they can slam down, dealing damage to roots and boss. Miss one of the bombs and the raid dies. These are extremely important that you do fast. All T-Swift's abilities and mechanics happens a lot more frequently and has horrible overlaps with roots, so you require the dragon riding slam to nuke down some of the roots to make it in time. Now we use this picture to assign feather soaks and make it consistent. I also recommend assigning which bomb each rider goes for. Riders should be ready to instantly pick up the feather when it spawns, preferably stand in the swirl so you instantly get it. This time swirl does no damn. Then fly up, eat bombs, slam down on roots. Tanks on Mythic, there's an additional shroomy shroom that you'll rotate soaking, so each tank will eat 1 green and 1 red per mushroom rotation. Man, and tanks also be prepared to scream, cry, and shit yourself, because these mushrooms can spawn in anything, including beams that ticks for like 2 million damage. Can I have 1 heal? Now on pull, we drag boss back a bit to bait fire beams. Now keep in mind that the fire beam will target the largest clump of players, so you always want a big group near boss whenever you want to bait these, to make sure they don't spawn in some rando place. Then move boss into position for first set of roots, dragon riding and dispels. Range healers be in position for fiery growth, and range that gets it simply move into position when they go out. All roots should stack near boss. It is safe to stack 2 or 3, just not everyone or you'll explode. Right before roots go out, you get feathers spawning. Nuke down roots before the new fire beam spawn, then move boss far away, roughly to where we have our X mark. And it's time for a lovely little overlap. You will need to get rooted near boss as the beams travel across the room, so you need to position yourself in such a way that you will well, hopefully don't get a beam to the face while you're rooted. For this one, which is the second root in phase 1, anyone that can break a root should. Shaman, Spirit Walk, use your freedoms, disengage, shapeshift. Hunters can use pets with Master's Call to break other players' root, list goes on. Now this is just to make it more consistent. It is extremely hard to position 20 roots without getting a beam to the face. So just have healing cooldowns, defensive cooldowns, etc. assigned for this, as you'll get a lot of triads AoEing. If possible, you want a mass grip, grippy hand to stack them up fast. Then AoE and down with whatever roots you have left that you couldn't break. Following that, it's time for the second set of dispels, dragon riding, and third set of roots. And you deal with this overlap exactly the same way as the first set of root and dispel, just with a new dragon riding team. Finish off the roots, then gate away from boss to make dodging easier. Slam away on boss, then it's time for first intermission. During the intermission, there's just a lot more fiery orbs. Don't eat them, fire bad. You want to assign your tanks to take the scenic route around to pick up green balls. DPS and healers should mainly focus on just getting to the platforms as soon as possible to set up healing and be ready to nuke as soon as Tindral lands. Because on Mythic you have less time to break the shield and there's ever increasing damage to the raid, so nuke and heal away. You can use Bloodlust here or later in phase 2 if you want it for healing. And that's pretty much it for phase 1. Phase 2 and 3 guides will be released as soon as I've progged them. Now if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or become a patron, Twitch sub, or YouTube member, and you'll get access to the Stankie Discord where you can get help with anything raiding related. Or if you just want to support my work, don't forget the usual stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and slap that notification bell. It really helps me out. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.